feels like a defeat, doesn't it? Let's sum it up. I mean, it's just a very disappointing way to finish the game.
Yeah, no, but I think we let ourselves in for it. I don't think we was anywhere near the levels today that we expected of ourselves. And when we go 1-0 up, it's, you know, in this league it's so important to then stay on the front foot, take the ball, keep the ball. I don't think we've done that well enough to go for that second goal, go for that third goal and really kill the game off. And, you know, like I said then, it felt like we was dropping deeper, not taking the ball, not showing that bravery on the ball to retain the ball and make them work. And just in this league, regardless who you play against, it's if you let teams attack you for so long, they're going to punish you, and they've done that in the end.
How do you explain it, Jarrod? Because obviously, when we're good, we're really good. You know, second half at Liverpool, we controlled long periods against the best team in the country. Yet today, we're playing the worst team in the league, and it's a bit different.
Yeah, no, it's probably difficult to put one thing on it. There's probably loads of things that we could sit and dissect, but ultimately, it's down to us that go out there and, you know, play. And, you know, we've got to show the bravery on the ball. We knew it was going to be a difficult game against their five to break them down. It was going to be a game of frustration, and we knew that, but we just had to keep going. And, you know, at half time we weren't happy with our performance, but we come out second half, get the goal quick, and then, like I said, from that moment on, it's down to us. It's down to us on the players on the pitch to take the ball, to create more chances, and take those opportunities when they come, like I said, to really kill the game off.
Is it psychological more than anything then? Like if you go have games where you play well but don't perhaps get the reward, and then you kind of go into your shell a bit, because obviously we haven't won for a while. Yeah. Is it in your heads more than perhaps in the feet?
It is more in a mindset thing than anything, because, you know, we've got a really good squad here. You know, we've seen that over the years. You know, we're in the Premier League. You don't get here by chance. We're here because every single player is a top player. So yeah, probably more of a mindset thing than anything, that you know, really take the game by the scruff of the neck. When it's, you know, like I said, when it's 1-0, to retain the ball, make them run, because, you know, we keep the ball and they won't score the goal. But, you know, I think we go the opposite, and that's, you know, something that we need to look at ourselves as players, and not do that, because, you know, like I said, regardless if they're bottom of the league, they're still in the Premier League. We still got to respect them, and, you know, they showed that when they scored at the end, when we sat off for as long as we did.
So obviously another goal for yourself, and, you know, trademark, pick it up, cut in, smash it in the far corner. We've seen it so many times, tinged with a bit of disappointment.
Yeah, no, I think that counts for nothing. You know, when we're winning 1-0, to score a goal was always nice, but watching those last 5 minutes, yeah, it was difficult. It was tough, because I wanted the team to hold on, and, you know, when you don't play your best and to win, we would be sat here, you know, not happy with the performance, but we'd been happy that we won the game. But now we're sat here not happy with our performance, not happy with the result. So yeah, real bittersweet moment, but something that, you know, there's still football to be played. You know, I think it would be easy not to write the season off, but just get to the end of the season. But when you play for a club of this size, you can't go into any game thinking, you know, I want the end of the season to come. You have to turn up every single week. That's what the fans, you know, pay their money for. That's what they expect. And this season especially, we haven't done that well enough. But, you know, as captain of this group, I've got to rally everyone together, get everyone going, and show that there's games to play for. And, you know, we have to be better from now until the end of the season, regardless if there's only, you know, 6-7 games left. Like I said, playing for this club, you can't just turn up and not expect to win games. We need to be going and winning games.
And just lastly, and obviously it's so important to go into the season, into the summer, with a good feeling, isn't it? We don't want to go in there having not won for 2 or 3 months. We need to pick up a couple of wins at least, and go in there with a positive mindset. Yeah,
definitely. That's what, like I said, it's been a very bad season for us, and, you know, there's no hiding away from that. The league tells us that, the performances tell us that, but all we can do is turn up every week and, you know, put in better performance than we've done today. But there's still a lot of football to be played, where, you know, there's opportunities to win the games, put in good performances, and, like you said, get to the end of the season and end the season on a high, because, you know, regardless of another season next season, you never want to go into the, you know, that off season of, I wish we didn't lose the last game, or I wish we could have picked up some more wins. So it's down to us now to do it for the remaining however many games there are.
What's the overwhelming emotion after that?
Real disappointment, to be honest. Really disappointed. Obviously, concede late again is another kick. But if we're honest, I think Southampton deserved their equaliser. Our performance wasn't up to the level. It wasn't good enough. We want to do better. We're frustrated, is the honest truth. We're frustrated. We thought we took a step forward against Liverpool, but today it wasn't good enough. You know, we need to do more. We need to play better. We need to construct our attacks better. We need to create more chances. We need to not give the ball away so cheaply. Lots of things that you can pick the game apart, and it wasn't not enough players playing well. And in the end, no matter who you are in this league, you can suffer.
Is that inconsistency of performance the most frustrating thing? Obviously, you listed a number of things there that you want to work on, but is that sort of, you're probably sending your players out thinking you're expecting something, and then you're not seeing what you expect?
Yeah, I would say that's fair, and I also think we don't know what we're going to get sometimes because of, again, the Premier League offers a different challenge every game. So away at Anfield is one challenge, at home to Southampton, when the onus is on you to attack, the onus is on you to control, the onus is on you to be the protagonist in the game. That's something that we struggle with. And I think you can see our results at home. We're suffering here, and we have to do better for our supporters because they're so important to us, and we're not doing enough.
Jarrod said to us that when we went 1-0 up, that was the time that we needed to go for the kill, metaphorically. And obviously, as captain, he wanted to see the team do that, but we weren't able to do that. And obviously, that's the players on the pitch who can control that. Well,
I think it's a combination. Like I said, you give the ball away cheaply, you don't attack well enough, you turn the ball over, you feed their game. I think they'll be happy with how they played. Like I said, I think they deserved what they got today, for sure. So that's more of a reflection on us and what we need to do better. But if there's too many enforced errors, too many misplaced passes, too many cheap things that make it very difficult to create and to control an attacking sense a game of football at this level.
Obviously, you came in mid-season because we were inconsistent before Christmas, and Jarrod talked about players having bravery on the ball, being willing to take responsibility, take risks, and that you need to do that almost to hurt Premier League defences. And he said that we probably didn't do that today.
No, there's a lot of things we didn't do well, and I think the players want to do it so much. Sometimes you can want it too much. You end up a bit safe. I thought we started the second half better. We scored. There was an opportunity for us to kick on again, and use the momentum. We weren't really able to do it as well as we'd like. I mean, chances wise, it's relatively even, but we have to do better than that at home. That's the expectation here. The responsibility here is more than that. So it's a day for us to say, no, this isn't good enough. We need to do better. Apologise to our supporters because they want us to do more. That's what we have to do.
When we spoke to you when you joined, and when we've spoken to you since, you've often talked about how important it is for everybody at the club to be together and want the same things, and how important the fans are too. It must hurt to hear negativity, and we know how hard you work. We see you there before everyone else, in the week, and going home after everybody in the afternoon. So you're working hard to put things right.
Well, yeah, but it's not about that. We have to, as a club, we have to do the right things over a period of time. I think that's the challenge for us, because that inconsistency can come as a result of that. If we make the right decisions over a period of time, I think we can build something really special here. I really believe that. At the moment, we're suffering. It's a season where it's been tough for everybody. So we have to, keep going through this difficult patch. Get through to the summer and then reassess everything and see how we can improve. And we want to go into the summer feeling good about ourselves, and a couple of wins can give us that positive feeling, can't it? Well, this is football. Last week we were positive, even though we lost, because the performance was what we recognised second half. Today we're not. We're disappointed. We're frustrated, and that's the reality of the competition. We've got another opportunity the weekend. We have to do better.